Are you feeling it yet? Are you feeling the strain of everybody telling you what you should be doing? How you should be improving your life? How to eat better, feel better, look better, move better? So many people are. I really do get it. So I just wanted to come on and explain to you why so many people are jumping onto the bandwagon of this healthy well-being awareness program that is hitting every sort of corner of the world. Okay, why is it happening? Why is it of epidemic proportions that it is driving Joe Bloggs down the road completely crazy with all of this information out there? Which is stuff, that we know already, don't we? We know it all already. We might not be putting it into practice, but it's stuff that we know in here. We just know it. So what is actually happening? Okay, I'm going to explain. Excuse this diagram. So imagine this triangle here, folks, is you. This triangle represents you. And these little circles in here are all your memories of everything that has happened to you throughout your life. Doesn't matter how old or how young you are, okay? We all have memories from the minute we are created with the things that we've heard, seen, felt, tasted. You think about being in the womb. We have memories that are implanted into our sensory system that we have taken forward into the rest of our life, okay, with things that we've tasted, seen, felt, heard. Okay, that's all in there, and that's what's prepared us for that big opening up into the world as we come in and are born. So those memories are really from the moment we are created, and they just get bigger and bigger and bigger with whatever happens in our life. Now these memories have stress, and that's what these little dots are, have stress related issues connected to them. Logically we might have worked out what they are, but from a sensory pattern of what we can feel, hear, taste, smell, they might still be there. Now these lines across here, if you just look at all these lines across, I just want you to imagine that these are strings. So you are now have turned into a musical instrument, and these strings are running through you constantly. So thousands and trillions of vibrations that are going through every single cell of your body. And if you think we have over 100 trillion cells in our bodies, and each cell has trillions of these frequencies that are going through us because they just happen to be in our planetary system going through us all the time. That's what makes us connected. So if we now imagine that these little dots here are stress related knots which are attached to the strings within these memories, as the new information comes into our planet from the ozone layer, which is getting weaker and weaker, okay, we're getting new information all the time from the universe. Now that does not ignore us. It's impossible for us to be excluded from that, because everything on the planet is being hit with this new information that is coming in. That could be gamma waves, it could be plutonium, it could be plasma. It can be all sorts of different waves and frequencies that we don't even know about. But it is coming in and hitting us and the planet and the creatures that are on it all the time. And what is actually happening is that it is pushing all of this information from us out so that we can evolve with our planet. But what we are not liking along the way is the stress that this causes on our physical body, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, because it makes us uncomfortable. It causes physical aches, pains, symptoms. It causes confusion within our system because we don't actually understand what is going on and why. But if we take it into the context of being outside of us, everything that is happening through us, okay, the more we can actually let the knots on these strings flow through us and not be connected to us anymore, so that we can eradicate these knots. This energy frequency full of information that is coming in can flow freely through us creating space inside us for this new information to give us whatever it is that we need to evolve with the planetary system, and it's not being blocked. So basically, the stress that we're creating and keeping within ourselves to supposedly keep ourselves safe, okay, from things happening again, is actually causing us more harm than good. Because on the greater scale of what's happening with the planet, it is stopping us as a human species from evolving. So as these vibrations hit our strings start to vibrate quicker and quicker and quicker. But if that knot on our string is so tensely tight, and we're holding on to it so tightly because we don't want to let it go, because we're frightened of what might happen if we let go of the stress, because it's a memory of something that we don't want to forget about so it doesn't happen again. We need to let these things go, because the new information that is coming in, the new things that are happening, especially in this next decade of what is going to happen, and you only have to see what is happening globally to our planet, the fires in Australia, the volcanic eruptions, okay, things that are out of our control are happening, and they're taking away, okay, the stresses and strains are being created on a much greater scale. If we do not eradicate these ones from our past now, we are never going to be able to take on the new challenges that are going to come up in the next decade. And none of us know what they are going to be. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be here to actually, go through all of that. Neither do you, because, tomorrow's another day. But what I do know is that the information that I have gathered along the way has resulted in me, because I'm a good old Lancashire lass, and I call a spade, and I need to break things down into the most basic steps possible, so that if I can understand it basically as simply as this, then I can explain it to the families that I work with as simply as this, without all the extreme terminology which might confuse people, which might turn people off. That information is all out there. But this is the simplest way that I can explain to you that helping you remove these knots from your strings is not only going to help you, but it's going to help your family and those that you love and care about evolve together if you start working together to evolve with your local community, with your country and with your planet in a way that actually starts to make sense in this world of us being connected. Because I think that's where we've all got lost. We talk about being at one and being connected, but what does that really mean? This is what it means. This is where we make the impact on a conscious level of being consciously getting rid of these, which then helps to break down the barriers that much quicker. We evolve as a human species quicker to then be able to help the greater good of our planet. So it's time, people, to take some self-responsibility. The course that I'm offering, I Am a Woman with Wisdom, is a 12-week course starting on the 20th of January. And each week we're going to be looking at different emotions within a 24-hour period of how our meridian system flows around our body. And we're going to look at that emotionally, physically, spiritually, so that you make connections with you and your energy system and your life experiences and your stresses and strains. And you can do that as a family. And I just hope that you can join me along the way, and I do hope to look forward to seeing you all on the 20th. Take care.